Oun Abbas here from Seconds Out. I'm here with Joyce. Joe, big suit, big announcement. Let's talk about the fight that's just been announced today. Daniel Dubois versus yourself. Talk to me about Daniel Dubois. You've had a lot of history with this guy. You know, you've had a lot of sparring. I've seen something from All Horror Davies today where he said, I was up in Sheffield a few years ago and I've seen this guy spar a lot and it's going to be an exciting fight. Just talk to me about Daniel Dubois and what you've seen out of him as a professional and how he's progressed to become this British champion and Commonwealth champion.
Yeah, so on GB it's always like been close. Like, I mean, it's good sparring and he was like being brought on and you know, because he started when he was really young and he like helped me get ready for Rio. So we did loads of rounds. I mean, he's a really strong kid, and I think he's you know, improving all the time. He's got some, you know, he knocks guys out. He's got dynamite in both hands, and he's moving in the right direction. And I think the fight makes sense now. You know, he's got stuff to offer me, so you know, it's quite an easy fight to make in both being in the same stable, and we're just going to show who's number one.
I look online, there's a lot of similarities with this fight, with Anthony Joshua fighting Dillian Whyte, pay-per-view. Both are, you know, roughly at the same part of their career in regards to what you guys are. Do you see that similarity there where, you know, the AJ Dillian Whyte fight, that first fight, and your guys' fight, do you see something similar there?
Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, it's a big fight like that. And yeah, for that obviously was a good step in both their careers, like to, you know, put them out there. So I think it'll do the same for both of us.
Joe, obviously this is a pay-per-view fight, BT Sport box office, with obviously box office tag that comes with it. Is there any pressure that you're feeling? Because obviously there's going to be people paying for this fight, meaning that they want to see a performance or want to see some sort of fight that they'll be able to tune in again for. Is there a lot of pressure regarding this fight and it being pay-per-view?
Not really. I mean, people want to see this fight because if you've seen any of my fights or seen any of his fights, they're explosive fights, and it normally ends up with a knockout. There's only 2 of our fights where there's not been a knockout, so it's going to be one to watch, one not to miss.
This looks like it is, like you said, it's going to end in a knockout. What flaws do you see in Daniel Dubois? You know, I've seen you ringside for a few of his fights. What flaws do you see in him?
I think he hasn't got the experience I've got. His career has been like easy, like quite easy fights, and you know, he's got time to like build up and stuff. But I mean, look at the guys I've fought. You know, I've got winning records, and they're much more established, like ex-world champions, ex-title contenders, etc. And also my experience as an amateur is obviously going to be key. But it's, you know, it's age versus experience. He's like a young fighter, young hungry lion, and it's going to be a tough fight. But that's what people want to see.
I want to ask you your relationship with Adam Booth. Are you still training with Adam Booth? Sorry, I just sort of nosed into another interview and you were unsure with that. Are you still training with Adam Booth? Is he still your trainer?
No, not at the moment, but there's going to be announcements about that soon, and you know, I've decided to do my camp in America.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you know, love to Adam Booth and his team. I think, you know, I enjoyed training there in the gym, and you know, I learnt some stuff. I learnt a lot, and you know, I like the team there. But you know, because this is such an important fight, I need to be at my best, and I think I perform best because all my camps have been like 2 of my my debut and my early fights have been in Vegas or away. So I think that when I'm at home, I don't know, I think with the home comforts, I think I do better like in the sunshine and being away from it all. So that's what I'm going to do.
That's going to be your change of trainer 3-4 times now. I think you had Ismail Salas, you had Abel Sanchez and the Booth now, the 4th one. Are you okay with adapting to different trainers? Because obviously this is a big fight. I was going to ask you the same thing about Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury just changed his trainer for a big fight.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it is a risky move?
Yeah, I mean, it's a risky fight, it's a risky move, but you know, I've got to do what I've got to do to get the win, and I feel that this next move is going to be key to me winning the fight. So,
Joyce, how does this fight end on April 11th?
I think late knockout, late stoppage by the juggernaut Joyce.
Final question, just want your prediction. on a big fight that's happening in a couple of weeks. Tyson Fury going back to the States, trying to get the belts that he should have won, a lot of people say, in that first fight against Deontay Wilder. Give me your opinion on the rematch. How do you see that fight playing out again?
The rematch, I think it'll probably go quite the same. So there'll be Fury outboxing Wilder, but then he's always got that finisher. And the thing is with Wilder, he's very patient, and normally the second fight he normally gets him out, knocks him out a lot earlier.
And just finally, Anthony Joshua sort of showed a different style against Andy Ruiz. What do you make of his difference in style in Saudi Arabia? And do you see him implementing that in the future?
Yeah, I guess it's a trick up his sleeve, and I guess it's more of a like amateur style. I think he's probably learnt from his mistakes, and you know, he didn't have to get the knockout. He could just go 12 rounds and just outpoint him, and that worked. It made it a boring fight in the end, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. He got all his belts back. The shame Andy Ruiz didn't turn up to fight. He turned up to fight, but he turned out of shape. You know what I mean?
Joyce, 11th of April, we'll see you fight week. Thank you very much for Seconds Out, and good luck in your fight camp. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.